And by difficult, I don't mean fighting and arguing, because we didn't have that. It was a really fantastic way for me to open the door to a different way of being present with her, to be more brave, more vulnerable, and to have empowered myself.
Great. Definitely was inspired not only through my own relationship with myself as a mother and as a daughter, but with my own daughters.
I loved them. They were just so lovely. My mother was a working woman in the 1950s and in the 1960s, so I had this model of a woman who was a career woman, who went out and worked every day, and then she'd come home and she'd make the supper and do the laundry, and you know, we had one car, so she'd like run out and pick up my father who was working.
I think that what I've learned from this whole thing is that to hold on to a dream, and that, you know, people can do, I mean, I agree with Eunice, people can do a lot more than they think they can, and I certainly never dreamed that, I'd never even planned on doing anything beyond being a stay-at-home mom, and I think if people hold on to their dreams, they can do a lot more, and it's been true in my life, and I'm hoping that it's true for many more women in their lives, that they can kind of live their dreams.
Inhale, following the breath, allowing your breath to lead your movement instead of forcing the breath to follow the arms. And once again, only as you begin to inhale, reverse the movement. And as you begin to exhale, following the breath, the arms float down. Understand is that because the martial arts unfortunately still have such almost a stigma of being a very, 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 very thin slice of you know, what it's all about, that the media promotes it in such a way that it's not accessible to the average person. I would have felt the same way until I actually learned more about what the arts really and truly are about.
I would also add our work, our relationships. You know, if you're doing everything to a T in terms of diet and exercise, but you don't have fulfilling relationships and you don't have meaningful work, then I don't know that we would call that a healthy lifestyle.
Compassionate awareness
I love
to that experience. And then you're done. That's your minute. That's the practice. And you just repeat that every day. That practice starts to grow into habits that not only feel really good, but they are lasting.
And for as long as I can. And some days that might be 4 or 5 hours, and some days it's less than that. But even if I'm standing up and walking around and walking the dog, the wheels are still going. So writing at the keyboard is a part of it, but it's certainly not the only part of it.
And I find that the key is helping them see the bigger picture and see some of the possibilities, but then break it down into small steps.
Spirituality, being in a career or a life path that's empowering, that's inspiring. And we also look at stress management, because all of that is really what feeds the soul, which feeds us and nourishes us on the deepest levels.
Acts of kindness are just so easy to do, and it helps the world and others. And as we've just seen a couple weeks ago, and any little type of act of kindness can help and save a person's life.
And I find as I studied it, I realized that, geez, I can very consciously recreate and redefine who I am when I am more conscious of what I think, what I say, what I feel and do.
I'm a nurse practitioner, and I specialized in women's health care. And not unlike like all of you, really, I am helping women through transitions of their life and helping them, clarify things and move forward. And the name of my practice is Menopause and Sexual Health Care. It's also a physiologic, point of view, but it's also a very psychological, emotional, spiritual part of these women's lives that I feel so touched by and able to help them with.
Hope you will help me welcome the one, the only, please come on down, Twinkle Marie Manning.
My company, TV for Your Soul, has a number of grassroots productions. Thank you so much for being here, and have fun.
I think I better take my shoes off. I start.
Of the hosts of Empowering Women, and I'm backstage at the Emerson Umbrella with the Porch Party Mamas. We're getting ready for a concert. We're so excited to have you all here.